Hello, you're watching the ITV European Service. I'm Ines Berger, and today I welcome Emmanuel van der Stukelen, who is Mileway CEO. Hello, Emmanuel, and thank you for joining us.
Hi, Ines. Thank you for having me.
So you've just bought a portfolio in France and in the UK, and therefore I have a simple question. What is your strategy in Europe?
Yeah, sure. So we launched Mileway in September 2019, really with the aim of building a pan-European last mile logistics real estate company. So our focus is on well-located properties and infill locations near urban population centers. And since inception, we've been going through some strong growth. We today own now over 1,500 properties across 11 countries. So predominantly focused in the UK, Germany, France, the Netherlands, and the Nordics, but also with a growing presence in Italy and Spain. And if you look at our approach, it's a bit different than what historically was the case, because historically ownership of last mile properties has been very fragmented. And as a company now, we offer a pan-European network of these last mile assets owned and managed by one single party, and that offers flexibility and scalability to our customers, which means that they have a partner who can accommodate their expansion across different markets. And our scale has also allowed us to invest in state-of-the-art technology and asset management systems, which in turn, of course, also enables us to provide a much better service than our customers probably have been used to in the past. I spoke about the strong growth of our portfolio that we have gone through, and really we have achieved this through, in part, building a strong in-house transactions team, but we've combined that also with our local asset management presence. And this has really enabled us to identify deal opportunities, both on the local level, but also on a pan-European level. And with these teams, we really have built a strong acquisition track record. And I think we've positioned ourselves as a buyer of choice with vendors. If you look at last year, we bought over 3 billion of real estate. And so far this year already, we've acquired about 1.3 billion. And these have been single asset acquisitions, but also bigger portfolios. I think the acquisition of the 1 billion last mile portfolio that we acquired in Sweden recently is a good example of some of the bigger portfolios that we've been acquiring. And the announcement of the French acquisition is also part of our expansion. That was a portfolio of 55,000 square meters of space, assets located in prime locations around Paris, and led to a mix of high quality customers, both from the logistics and manufacturing sector.
Right, and so following the COVID-19 pandemic, how has evolved your activity?
Yeah, you know, our business really was born from a fundamental belief that there's a real big transformation happening in the way that consumers and businesses are buying their goods. And COVID has just accelerated these trends. You see that businesses are increasingly under pressure to continue to increase their online capability. So the trend of digitalization of retail that we see is expected to continue to sustain this really strong growth in e-commerce that we have been seeing in Europe over the last 12 months. If you look at the UK, for example, we've seen increases in online sales of more than 45% year on year. And we are seeing similar things happening on the continent. In Germany, online sales increased by more than 30%, and in France it was around 24%. So e-commerce is now representing a much larger and growing portion of total sales. So it's clear that there's some very big shifts happening, and all customers who have e-commerce related activities, they are really under pressure to scale up quickly and be closer to where the end consumer is. And that's, of course, translating into an increasing demand for last mile space. In fact, when we talk to our customers in France, for instance, many of them have experienced such strong growth in volumes that the spare capacity which they had is fully utilized, and they're looking to further expand their footprint. So I think the network of last mile properties, which we have across Europe, has really uniquely positioned us to work with these fast growing customers and to help them with their space requirements. But also the proximity which we offer to the urban consumer allows our customers to save costs and to have faster delivery times.
Right, and so finally I have one last question. What is your development aims in France?
Yeah, if you look at our footprint in France today, we have about 1.6 million square meters across 185 assets. So that's sizable, but if you look at this in the context of the larger Mileway portfolio, that represents about 12%. Now, the French economy is the second largest economy in continental Europe. So we think that there's considerable opportunities for greater presence in France, given the size of its economy. Today, we have a strong presence in Paris, and we already have positions in Lille, in Lyon, in Marseille, in Toulouse, in Bordeaux, Strasbourg. But we want to further expand and consolidate our presence in these large population centers. We, for instance, are currently opening an office in Lyon and recruiting for that. And because if you look at the challenge really that our customers are facing, it is serving the urban consumer and businesses as efficiently as possible. And so what we want to do with Mileway as a company is to provide a space across France and Europe to enable our customers to successfully do this.
Right, well, Emmanuel, thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you all for watching.